Welcome back, beekeepers. It's another movie review. Woo! No one asked for this. Woo! But actually, this movie is more recent, so it's worth your time. Okay, so I saw Blink Twice the other day, and I wanted to talk about it. I keep wanting to call it Double Blink. Not Double Blink. Don't Blink. I want to keep calling it Don't Blink, but it's Blink Twice. So if I mess it up, I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep messing it up. I think because it makes more sense to me. Don't blink because you might miss something. But really, it is blink twice, and it comes from the saying, "Blink twice if I'm in danger." Like kind of like a code, like you blink twice at the cop because someone's in your house, kind of thing. There's going to be some spoilers in this video, so please go watch the movie and then come back here. But Rachel, you got to come back. Okay, you can't just go watch the movie and then forget about me. Okay, Rachel, you actually have to come back. And John, you guys subscribe because you've not been subscribing after you're watching and it's offensive. Okay, so how about you get on that? I won't bug you anymore, but you should probably do it because it really helps the channel, so I appreciate it. Okay, so let's talk about Blink Twice. So, like I said, there's going to be spoilers, and I just saw this, like, a couple of days ago, and it's really messed with my brain. I will say, the movie starts with a trigger warning. Like, it literally says, trigger warning. And I've never been to a movie before that has a trigger warning on it. If it is, I don't remember, but if there has been, I don't remember. Maybe tell me in the comments if there's other movies that have trigger warnings, but this one has significant trigger warning. And it had to do with SA and how this could be traumatic to some viewers. And it's about this lady who, her and her friend are waitresses at these like events, like gala events kind of thing. And they are meeting up with this guy who's famous. I don't know what they say Channing Tatum's character is famous for. I'm sure they do. But he's famous, he's rich, and he has an island, and he invites them to their island, and they're just gone for like ever, and like they take their phones away, and it's supposed to be so they can relax and have a good time. They have clothes for them there, like they're always wearing white, they have perfume, and it's just tons of alcohol, great food. It's like a vacation on steroids. And so they stay there, and they're gone. They have to be gone for like months. I'm not kidding. Like the way, like the time period, because it just like keeps going on and on and on. But you keep seeing like glimpses. Like there's this guy that takes photos, and every once in a while you see like a blink of something that's different every time the fixture blinks. So I'm trying to figure this movie out, and it's kind of obvious because like the flowers are involved in some way because they're just everywhere. These flowers, just every single spot. Flower, flower, flower. This, the flower's made out of perfume. The flower's in this. The flower's there. The flower's there. You just keep seeing this flower. So you know that's involved somehow. And it's implied during the trailers that, like, the people's memories are being wiped. Like, they don't remember things. They don't really realize that time is passing by. They have a lot going on. There's a lot of characters. Haley Joel Osment's in it. And his character, I'm like, that guy looks so familiar to me, but I don't know why. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen him before, but he looks so familiar to me. His face is so familiar. It was him. I didn't. Once again, it turns into like the Longlegs movie where I didn't know it was Nicolas Cage. This was like, that's Haley. I didn't know that until I saw the trailers. I'm like, oh, that's him. And I was telling my friend, I'm like, that was Haley Joel Osment. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, that was the Sixth Sense guy. Because he doesn't know him in other works. But, like, I know him in Kingdom Hearts and things like that. So, I was just, like, amazed. But I'm kind of glad that I didn't notice that until, like, the end. Because I would have been, even though I was thinking, like, who is he? He looks familiar. I probably wouldn't have been like, that's Haley? That's Haley? I would have done that the whole movie. So, it's probably good I didn't realize it was him. But slowly she starts realizing things aren't quite adding up. They're doing drugs. They're doing things that they really shouldn't be doing. A lot of alcohol. Like, a lot. I can't drink because of an allergy, but oh my gosh, I would be like poisoned the first day as much as they're drinking. Wow. They would have had to cart me off on a helicopter. They wouldn't. The guy totally wouldn't have actually got me medical help, but I would have needed it because I cannot drink that much even when I was able to drink because I can't drink. But anyway, they have this moment where like the camera flashes and it shows you the title of the movie. That was a little interesting. Sorry, weird clip. I had to stop and cough. And then like there's moments when like she wakes up out of bed and her clothes are different because like she got like stain on her clothes, and she wakes up and her clothes are changed. She doesn't remember changing her clothes, which you can excuse that for like she was drunk. She doesn't remember what she did. She doesn't remember changing her clothes. Okay, fine. And then like another morning she wakes up and she has like a lot of dirt under her nails, and it's not like just a little bit of dirt like she's not been washing. It's like significant dirt under her nails, like she's been digging in the ground with her hands. And like you see like the women, there's like 5 or 6 women there. They're smoking pot, they're doing other drugs, they're drinking all the time, and there's men with them, and there's a guy that hangs out with the girls, and then like you see scenes of them like just running, and it's like a weird like witching hour run. It's really weird. And then one of the girls is like, why are we running? What are you running from? And they're like, I don't know. And so they just stop. You find out eventually why they were running, but like they're so drugged out of their minds that they don't even know why they're running. And then there's a lot of talk about therapy. And this is when the movie started to really start to trigger me. The obvious SA triggering, that was triggering for me. But then there was just these moments where it was talking about like trauma and not like forgiving your trauma, but forgetting it. Like forgetting is a gift, is what they keep going back to. It's a gift to forget things, and such as trauma. And you find out that like the therapist is there to learn about like this Channing Tatum's new discovery of like this. It ends up being the perfume from the flowers, and it makes them forget. So they can go through traumatic events but not remember, and they're fine. And so like this therapist is like getting information about this because I think he's trying to like gain money out of this. He's trying to become like this guy that's known for making trauma go away. He wants to be a famous therapist. I think it's not really spelled out that way, but it feels like that. So he's like, yeah, let's keep talking about it. And like, are you sure they can't remember anything? They do show scenes of R happening. I can't say it because of YouTube. They'll shadow block my videos. But SAR, it happens. So like the cracks start showing a bit, and she drinks snake venom. Her friend gets bit by a snake, and like they have like a snake issue. So they have a lady on the island that literally just all she does is catch snakes, and she acts like she remembers, she knows the main character, and she calls her Red Rabbit, and she's like, Red Rabbit. She doesn't speak English, and so she acts like she recognizes her, and she's trying to communicate with her, like, yeah, I know you. You're back. I know you. And she's like, what are you talking about? And so her friend gets bit by a snake. The next day, her friend's gone, and she doesn't even notice. Like, the movie just keeps going, and then all of a sudden she's sitting by the pool, and the only thing she remembers her is because her friend has a lighter with her name on it. And, like, she's the girl that has the lighter, and everyone wants to light up with her lighter because no one else has one. And so, like, she wrote her name on the lighter, and that's the only evidence they have that she existed, but she's gone. Like, she was actually here. And the main character's like, my friend was here, she's not here, I don't know where Jess is, but she was here. And something's wrong because she has, like, a flashback of Jess giving her a knife and saying, keep this, hide this. She gets, like, little itty-bitty flashes of memory of things. Like, flashbacks, basically. And she runs into the lady that's killing the snakes, and the lady offers her, like, this flask. And she drinks it, and she finds out it was snake venom. I thought I was going to kill her. I really did. She took a big swig. But afterwards, she, like, puts it in people's drinks. And I'm surprised they didn't kill themselves because, wow, it must not have been a deadly snake, but, like, they were drinking snake venom. That can't be good. She drank it, and then, like, her memories came back, and she started to realize that Channing Tatum is not a good guy. And she remembers that he's actually R-ing her, and the other guys are assaulting the other women that are there, and the guy that's there. There's that other guy. He's there. And she realizes that this is like a game to them, and like they keep giving them this perfume and stuff, and they are making them forget. And it's an experiment on forgetfulness, but it's also men taking advantage of women. It's really triggering. So I do recommend that you like avoid this movie if things like that trigger you. Like the aspect of, because there was even in my mind, it's like, well, that's her fault. She's higher than a kite. No, that's not fair to say. But it was easy for me to think, well, why are you getting higher than a kite? Of course, things are going to happen and you're not going to remember them, but it's not her fault. It's not their faults. It's the people that are hurting them. I know I'm looking away from the camera a lot. It really bothered me. And once she figured out what was wrong, she got another girl to drink the venom. And she remembered too, and she realized it was wrong. And they were trying to get the other girls to drink the venom, and the only thing you can do it is like tequila shots. And those are the two girls I'm surprised they didn't kill by drinking all this venom, because it was like they were going at it, like shot after shot after shot of this venom with tequila. Whew. And they kept going, and then they were getting high. And so she's like, the main character's looking for like their phones so they can call 911 and get help. And while she's trying to get her phone, she finds pictures of those pictures that the guy's been taking. And she found a picture, and you don't see it till the end, but she found a picture that was of her from like a year ago. So it was her with her, because she had like different colored nails on. And she had a picture taken of her, and she realized she's been there before. So that's why the lady that's killing the snakes is like Red Rabbit, because she had red rabbits on her fingers. And this time she had something else. I don't know what it was. I think a bird. I don't know. But she remembers, and it was very hard for me to watch her having to pretend that things are okay. So like you're in a public situation, not only that, but she has to pretend to this guy that she doesn't remember anything. So he's like, how are you? And she's like, oh, I'm fine. And she's actually fallen in love with the character Channing Tatum is playing, and he's fallen in love with her, kind of thing. That's how he's acting. So she has to pretend that again. And I've been in situations where I've had to pretend that things are fine. When the doors close, it's a different story, but you have to pretend that everything's good and nothing's wrong, and you're not trying to secretly freak out, and you're not trying to figure out an escape plan. So those feelings triggered me more than what they were doing to them, because it just would show like tortured moments, and then it would stop, and then tortured moments, and then it would stop, and like it was like flashes, like a flashback. Just the feelings that made me feel again that I have not felt except in like nightmares or panic attacks or flashbacks. Those feelings are back with me again, like remembering how those feelings were, and feeling trapped and not able to get away, and there's nothing I can do, and I'm basically stuck on my own little island and walking on eggshells trying to just survive doing what I have to do. That was hard. So it was basically me going to therapy, but leaving more damaged than healed. So I would definitely recommend, don't go see it alone if those things kind of things trigger you. If it wasn't as triggering, I'd want to see it again, because it was a good movie. I liked the idea of it. I wish it kind of went different directions with like the forgetfulness, and like it was just like the same thing over and over again of like they go have dinner, they get high, they take drugs, they hang out, and then like she blacks out and she's in bed, and then she wakes up and does it the next day. So it's a little repetitive with that sense. Like I would have appreciated it a little bit differently. At first I thought maybe like the pictures would show like a different thing, like you kind of like the game We Happy Few, if you've played that before, where like they take their joy pills and they take it and the world's like, oh great, but then and they think they're eating cake, and then if you're off of your joy pill, you have the ability to see the real world, and the real world is they're eating mice or rats. They're eating rats instead of cake. It's kind of like that. So that's what I thought like was gonna happen, because the pictures, the flashing of the camera happens a lot. And then I thought, well, maybe that's kind of like the thing that's gonna snap him out of it. Like Get Out has like, they took the camera and they took a picture of the guy, and he like realized that he was who he was, and he was stuck in this person was stuck in this situation. It really wasn't him. He was out of the dead space, the deep space. Like, you gotta watch Get Out to know what I'm talking about. But I wasn't sure where the camera angle was going. It was just because they were gonna have pictures later. But I kind of hoped there was a little bit more to that, but there wasn't. So I would give this movie like an 8 out of 10. It was really good. I liked it. Maybe even a 9. But I think I'm going to give it an 8 just because the rewatching for me is going to be hard. I'd rewatch it, but I also don't want to, because I don't want to feel that again. And I've actually been a little bit bothered by it, and I watched it on Sunday, and today is Wednesday. So it's not been that long, but I'm kind of a little bit not really wanting to watch it again. So maybe after some time. I had this problem with the Joker as well, for totally different reasons. But the Joker really hurt my mental health, and I really enjoyed the movie. So I could only watch it every once in a while. I have to go months and months and months. Like, it's been like a long time since I've watched it, but I'd like to watch it again because I like the movie, but it damages my mental health that I have to make sure that I'm in a good spot. And the new Joker movie is coming out in October, so I'm curious about how that's going to make me feel. But that's something I'm going to talk about when it comes out, so stay tuned for that video in October. I recommend it. It's worth seeing, but I would take the trigger warning seriously, especially if SA topics bother you, but also like that feeling of being trapped and not having control. And you could even argue that it talks about like women and their being sexualized and just being used in general. It could be that way too. I want to do a little bit of research to see like what was the point they were getting at. Was it women being used for those things and not being treated like a human being, a person, or what was it? What was the like message they were trying to get out there? So if you know what the message was, please tell me in the comments below. If you've seen this movie, if you haven't seen this movie, are you gonna go see it? Why haven't you seen it? Would you be triggered by this movie as well? Let me know in the comments, guys. I'll talk to you later. Remember to like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Bye!